about the fight, and that's it.
So when you see him up there, man, does Khan look like a real 154-pounder up there with like a real middleweight? Did he look good to you up there with the body?
He looks in shape, but it doesn't change my opinion of the fight. He looks in shape, and he looks very well prepared. Both guys do. Both guys train hard for the fight. It's a big fight, and rightfully so.
What weight do you think Canelo will come in at tomorrow?
I don't know. Say about 170-ish.
He looks like he's drained himself.
Yeah. I'd say he's about 170-ish tomorrow. I wouldn't be, maybe more, but I'd expect him around 170 tomorrow.
The winner of this fight, I heard you mention it before, the winner of this fight have a good chance at pulling Floyd out. Do you think he's going to look at the winner of this fight?
I think the winner of this fight could legitimately make a case for wanting a Floyd fight. We'll see.
I had a theory following that.
See, I don't want to touch the belt if until I win it.
Why?
I don't like that.
Superstition?
Yeah. See, I don't like that. Me personally, I don't want to touch the other guy's belt until I win it.
And you always do that for all your fights?
Yes. I don't want to touch that belt until it's mine. It's a world title. I mean, the other titles are bullshit.
You gotta love that, man. You gotta
world
love that.
title, I don't want to touch the world title until I win it. That was just weird. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Saw me holding a Canelo's belt and it got distracted.
Molly, what was the most difficult part about when you fought Khan? What did he bring to the table?
A lot of speed, height. He holds inside. I think it's a bit of a different fight with Canelo. He's a different style fighter. He's not as easy to hold. He's a bigger guy. It's just it's a different thing.
They say he has a few short circuits every fight. Did you see that in your fight, where he has a brain fart every time he gets in the ring? Did you see that? I forget who I was talking to. They said that. Who's that?
No, I don't.
They said that when he gets into the fight, he makes a mistake once or twice every fight. Did you see that?
Well, it's hard to focus perfectly for 12 rounds. It's very difficult. My problem with Khan is he doesn't have a control of the pace enough. He lost control of the pace even in the Maidana and Peterson fights. He loses control of the pace, and then he doesn't know how to stop it aside from overly holding. You can't overly hold Canelo. He's going to be too big for you. So, my issue here is, can he intelligently pace the fight in a way where he's still getting Canelo to respect him, but yet he's doing enough to win rounds?
You think he could do better than Miguel Cotto if you compare them against Canelo?
Personally, I don't think he can do better. I was actually surprised because with Cotto came out with a very intelligent plan. Came out to box Canelo because he knew, you don't come out to hurt the bigger guy. He's just, you're walking to suicide that way. I thought Cotto came out very intelligently, executed a very good game plan, and made the fight, very competitive.
132
Khan has those abilities, but he's a bit more reckless. He's not able to give you as many looks. Doesn't take as good of a punch.
Making his way to the
He doesn't have
scale.
enough control of the pace.
The undefeated.
For me, the ability to control the pace is everything in this fight, especially for the smaller guy. And I just noticed that Amir has trouble controlling the pace even against smaller guys. So it's going to come down to that for me.
Anything less than a knockout? Is it a bad look for Canelo? So many people expecting him to.
Depends how he wins. I think he can go the distance and he can look good. I mean, I think he knocks him out.
These two
But
fighters
if Amir can show spots, here's the thing that you look for in Amir. Can he show enough discrepancies in Canelo's style to where we see that Canelo hasn't learned a lot yet? You know what I mean? Like, Canelo has the same trouble with the same things all the time. The jab and movement. Amir's going to do that. It's just he can't overly do it. You got to do it for 36 minutes. It's impossible without throwing in some time deflectors in there. And Amir just doesn't have enough time deflectors in there, time killers in there. He's constantly punching or moving. Movement and jabs do trouble Canelo. Is he going to be able to catch Amir while Amir is doing that, or is he going to have to wait till Amir wears out? Because if Amir doesn't figure out a way to control the pace, he's going to wear himself out.
Now, Canelo's clearly an A side. What do you think for the Gennady-Golovkin fight? Should Gennady-Golovkin bite the bullet, come down to 155, or should it be at the full 160?
See, I don't know, because it's hard to make 155 if you're a 160-pounder, I don't know that Canelo can fight any real middleweights at 155 pounds. I fight at welterweight. I can't fight at 142 pounds. If I can make 142 pounds, I'd be fighting a junior welterweight, So I don't know that you're going to get any real middleweights with the ability to make 155 pounds. I really question that. So if that's the case, Canelo will always be defending against non-middleweights, even if he has the middleweight title. So we'll see. it's not a matter of if he should or shouldn't.
Now, ladies and
For me, it's a matter of if he even can. If he wants to,
for the Rashidi.
That's the thing. He puts his foot in his mouth. He calls out every 68-pounder except Ward. He calls out no 154-pounders except for Floyd. And then, you know, he gives people a reason to question him when he talks, you know? So, I mean, I really can't answer that question. You got to take that up with them. They put their own foot in their mouths when they talk. It's unfortunate.
He said that he shouldn't cry because he made promises like that.
Yeah.
Why is he complaining?
It's 100%, and he's 100% right. You put your foot in your mouth, you got to live with that.
Did he duck Ward? I mean, a lot of people are saying that it's...
Well, I don't know. It's the questioning of whether he's ducking him or not. You know, it's up for opinion. But you know, Canelo is doing to Golovkin what basically Golovkin is doing to Ward. So as frustrating as it is for Golovkin to not get Canelo, now he knows what Andre felt with him. You know, so it's the same thing. So depending on which side you want to take, it's essentially the same matter of circumstances.
Canelo said that Golovkin, he needs to fight somebody. He needs to fight somebody that's going to complicate him. He compared his last 10 opponents to Golovkin's last 10 opponents. What do you think about Canelo saying that?
That's bullshit to me because you can't force guys to fight you. Golovkin hasn't been in the same with the same caliber of guys as Canelo because those guys don't want to fight Golovkin. So you can't put a gun in somebody's head and make them get in the ring. You can't compare the level of opposition when people won't fight you. It's the same thing at welterweight with Kell Brook. You know what I mean? Like guys just aren't jumping chomping at the bit to get in the ring with Kell Brook. He's that dangerous. You can't knock somebody for being so good that guys won't fight them, and then you say who they fight. Of course, who they fight. Nobody wants to fight them, including you. So how you gonna compare that? You know? So for me, that argument is irrelevant.
What about the fighters calling them out like Gilberto Ramirez, James Miguel, Edson Lara, even the new dude Kurtzitze, who just beat Michael Antoine Douglas? What about them guys?
If Golovkin beats Kurtzitze, they're gonna say he's the same thing as everybody else Golovkin just beat. I mean, in reality, Kurtzitze has not a lot yet. But the other guys are 68-pounders. I would fight Lara if I was Golovkin. I mean, you know, I would like to see that fight. You know, I think that's a fight he should take. And you know what? That's a fight where you can compare the way you handle Lara as compared to the way Canelo handled Lara. I'm with you on that one. I think that's a good first step.
Probably, but for Golovkin to move up to 168, move down to 154, 155, that's two different things. Moving up and moving down.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not easy to move down.
No, it's not easy to move up or down. I'm just saying, as far as getting names, they're not all chomping at the bit to get to you. You gotta kind of play the game and see who can get into the ring with you. It's going to be a name. I don't believe the whole he hasn't fought enough names thing with Canelo. I legitimately think Canelo represents so much money. It's not worth it to chance him against Golovkin. That's it. So you bring up the who would fight him. Just like all those other big names won't take a chance on Golovkin, neither will Canelo. It's the same thing.
And on to the scale first,
and Billy Joe Saunders, they don't want to fight Golovkin. Does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't surprise me. Honestly, if I was a middleweight, I don't know that I would want to fight the guy.
Holly, who's the best 168? A lot of people are looking at James DeGale.
I think James DeGale is certainly up there. He's got a case for being the best 68-pounder. 168 is getting exciting again, and that makes me happy, you know, because it was so good for a little while. Then the guys kind of dissipated off. But
onto the scale first,
really good. I think James DeGale makes a definite case to be the top one. Bobby Jackson looking good. Sudo Ramirez looked really good. I'm sure there's guys I'm forgetting in there. You know, there's some 68-pounders in there that are making things exciting again.
DeGale seems to be next. What happens when unification?
It's a nice little fight. I think it's I'm more excited about it. I haven't seen the fight last weekend. I thought the game might have been a little too much, but I haven't seen them both again last weekend. I'm more excited about that fight. I think it's more competitive than I originally thought. Also, I'm hearing a lot about Caleb Smith in the US and the UK. You know, we'll see how Caleb Smith looks. You know, I want to see him against a certain kind of guys. Maybe you make DeGale and Jack.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the scale, making his pro debut, David Malignaggi.
68 is looking pretty exciting lately.
Now, you're often in the UK. What do you think about the heavyweight division and Anthony Joshua also?
Joshua's bringing some excitement to the heavyweight division. Bringing some excitement to the already exciting boxing scene in England. And I think it's just more positive things the better, you know?
Do you think, I have a theory that Floyd Mayweather sandbagged Canelo in the last 4 rounds. I thought he could have stopped him. Do you think he brought Canelo because he knew the money was involved to bring him back for a second fight?
No,
I don't believe that.
You don't want to go at a puncher like this when he's naturally bigger than you. It's not worth taking a chance. If you got him beat, you got him beat him. That's it. You know, there's too much money on the line. to take stupid chances in a fight like that. That's a dangerous puncher in there. You're handling him, you're beating him. Continue to domesticate the bull, and that's what he did in that fight.
How big is the rematch, Paul? I heard you mention that would be a good fight. How big is the rematch?
There's a lot in it for both guys. You know, if Canelo comes through tomorrow night, Canelo is still the middleweight champion. He's got one loss to Mayweather, so from Canelo's part, he can avenge the one loss on his resume. He has a chance to once again go up against the best fighter of this generation. For Floyd Mayweather, it's a chance to win a title in his 6th weight class. It's a chance to, get a title in his 6th weight class against the guy he's already beaten, so he's got to feel good about that. I think there's a lot in it for both guys, and plus, of course, it's a business. It's a high money fight.
So aside from Canelo and Khan, Paulie, is there another guy that can give Floyd the 9-figure pay that he's looking for? Is there anybody else? They're good names, but are they big enough?
I'm not sure there is. I really don't. I love him, but I think it's an unrealistic fight.
Take a look at this, man.
I think Canelo probably brings
Take
the
a
most
look
to the
at
table.
this guy.
Maybe Pacquiao.
The anonymous all-in
If
boxing.
you get enough people to buy into it again,
please.
I don't know.
Now, a round of applause for this beautiful artwork.
Be the only one who potentially.
It was done in hours. Right here. Right in front of our own eyes.
Crawford is a
And
terrific
this is
fighter.
absolutely
I don't know.
beautiful.
Now you're starting to get into different generations. I
It's
mean,
truly a
you want Floyd to fight guys his age. You want Floyd to guys
Anybody
fight
who
5 years
appreciates
younger than
art,
him, 10 years younger than him, 20 years
I don't
younger
know how you do it, man.
At a certain point, the guy's got to be allowed to retire.
But let people know a little bit about yourself. You're good at all in boxing. At all in boxing. That's about it, ladies and
Hoy wasn't
gentlemen.
40
He
years
wants
old.
no praise. He wants it.
I think if you're going to come back
the
for one
work
fight,
behind the art, ladies and
35 and
gentlemen.
40, 2 different.
All in
5 years,
boxing.
half a
All in
decade.
boxing.
Especially 35 and 40 is a big difference. But I think
so
at
much.
the end of the day, if you're going to come back for one fight,
Come on over to the fight.
Crawford's
Free
a terrific
fights.
fight.
Here I
Don't get me
come.
wrong,
More
but you're going to have
prizes.
other fights that are going to sell more.
Now,
Errol
you break
Spence.
down the package.
Errol's a good fighter. There's nothing bad to say about Errol Spence.
Do you think the guys at welterweight, not you included, but the other guys, do you think they're going to be a little apprehensive to get in the ring with them?
Possibly, but at the same time, he's moving into a position to be the mandatory for Kell Brook, and that's a fight between two monsters who are avoided by the rest of the division. That's almost a shame because one of them has to lose, and one of them won't get their just due. But it's a great fight, and if it materializes, it'd be something else.
Errol, you ready for that? Is he ready for that step, Errol, or is it too soon?
I don't know. I favor Errol against most welterweights, but I wouldn't favor him against Kell. But it's a good fight.
What about Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia said that